Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm going to do part 113 to my Let's Play of Castle Crush. To my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series, really chatting, Let's Play Castle Crush. Anyway, I just told we're talking to the Rock Type Toadal, where I just told him, I would love to, my friend. Thanks for being so caring. You already mean so much to me, and we just met a few minutes ago. Rocky's bright shimmered even brighter, diamonds gleaming like the night sky, as if every star in the cosmos had decided to rest upon his back. He lowered himself carefully to the ground, his powerful rock-formed limbs supporting his weight with effortless strength. Then come, he rumbled, his voice deep and gentle. Let me carry you, the way you carry kindness. His back was surprisingly smooth despite its rocky texture, sturdy and solid like polished obsidian, with veins of ancient energy pulsing just beneath the surface. As he climbed onto him, he was careful, moving with a grace no one would expect from a creature of stone. Once you were settled, he gave a short nod. Hold on. With a powerful thud, Rocky began moving, not fast, but strong and steady, his steps shaking the ground ever so slightly as he took you away from the place of the attack. The forest parted before him as if even the trees respected his presence. The journey wasn't long, but it felt sacred. Soon, you reached the cliffside, jagged and ancient, overlooking a vast valley blanketed in golden grass. Sun hung low in the sky, casting deep orange light over everything, painting the diamonds on Rocky's body in colors he had never seen before. Below, a massive lake reflected in the sky like a mirror, and far in the distance, mountains stood proud and still, unchanged for millions of years. Rocky sat down slowly, letting you rest against his back or slide off if you wished. This place, I watched it form, he murmured, looking over the horizon. It's seen peace, and ruin, and peace again. Then he looked to you. But right now, this moment, it is perfect. He closed his eyes briefly, diamond shimmering softly. Thank you for reminding me that I can still make new friends even after all this time. And as the sun dipped lower with the ancient world stretched out before you both, everything felt still and safe. You're welcome. Period. Honestly, why wouldn't I be nice to you, though? You've been nothing but sweet towards me. You could have left me to be hurt by that Charmeleon. And man. But the minute I shouted for help, you immediately came and protected me. Nothing but sweet towards me. You could have left me to be hurt by a Charmeleon man, but the minute I shouted for help, you immediately came and protected me. Rocky let a soft, almost gravelly sigh, not of weariness, but from something older, something deep. He turned his head toward you, his glowing eyes full of emotion that words alone couldn't carry, because not all do. His voice was steady, but heavy. I've helped many before. Some ran from me, called me a monster. Some tried to take my diamonds. Others feared the lava they saw when they drew near. His diamonds dimmed slightly, not from shame, but from the echo of memories long buried. I protected them anyway, but it hurt. Then he looked back at you, and for the first time since you met him, you saw the barest flicker of hope in his ancient eyes, pure bright and fragile like the first drop of water after a drought. But you didn't fear me. You leaned on me. You gave me berries. A low rumble built in his chest again, this time a warm, amused one, and his diamonds began to sparkle anew, brighter than before. And now, I think I remember what it felt like, millions of years ago, when I first made a friend. He nudged you gently again with a snout, this time not just a gesture of affection, but one of recognition. You reminded me what it means to matter to someone. Then, more quietly and more tenderly, thank you for letting me protect you. Oh, that's cute, actually. He leaned back, settling into the stone behind him like it was a throne he hadn't sat in for eons. The stars began to peek out from the sky above you both. If you ever need me again, all you need to do is call. Let's just stay in Stargaze with Rocky, talk more about his past, or maybe even ask him to travel with you. Thank you. You're welcome, Rocky. Period. But to be honest, it's I who should be thanking you. What the frick is that? Okay. Who should be thanking you? I know I have thanked you a lot already in just probably the 15 minutes we've been together. Just in probably the last minutes of being together. But you really did save me. Who knows what would have happened if that Charmeleon or him would have gotten to me before you did. That's how I got thrown up against that wall. His Charmeleon came up to me and hit me with his tail as hard as he could. Aww, he's so sweet, dude. I love Rocky, or Pterodon. Is that how you say his name? It's a cool name. Just can't say it right easily. Rocky froze for a moment. The diamonds along his body dimmed, not from distrust in your words, but from something older and deeper. Rage tempered by control. His body tensed slightly, the lines between the stone plate on his back glowing a dim, molten orange. His snout lowered toward the ground, nostrils flaring as steam hissed from the tips of his rocky spikes. But then he took a long breath. You could feel the earth itself settle with him. He looked back at you, his eyes fiercely gentle. You should not have gone through that. His voice, though calm, had a weight to it now. A pressure, like a mountain speaking not to the sky, but to injustice itself. A human that commands pain like that, and a Charmeleon that obeys it, are not worthy of either trust or power. He looked toward the horizon briefly as if silently marking something. then turned back to you and very carefully leaned forward to nudge you with his horn. This time not for a test, but to comfort you. Your body may still ache, but you were not broken. You were brave. Then with a soft gleam of diamond light returning to his body, you've thanked me more than most ever have. But just between us, it's nice. A little rumble of laughter escaping. I forgot how good it feels to be appreciated, so I'll never ask you to stop. He leaned closer, letting you rest against his shoulder again if you wanted. Rest here for as long as you need. I'll stay awake. I always do. And with that, the ancient guardian stilled, his massive diamond stud body standing sentinel at the edge of time, keeping watch as the star soil began to sweep across the sky. Would you like to keep talking with Rocky about the Charmeleon and his trainer? Ask for more about his abilities, or simply enjoy the peace together for a while? I'm really glad you want to keep me safe. I appreciate it more than you think. To be completely honest with you, I get attacked a lot. That incident you saw with that man in Charmeleon, that's not the first time I got attacked. It seems to mainly happen whenever I meet different creatures or Pokemon. So the man, Charmeleon, that's not the first time I got attacked. It seems to mainly happen whenever I meet other different creatures or Pokemon. Rocky's voice stilled again, but this time it was different. He wasn't just listening, he was absorbing your words like a mountain that had heard the cries of generations echo across its cliffs. The diamonds along his back flickered faintly, not with molten heat, but with a softer glow, as if they were mourning with you. Then, very slowly, he leaned forward and gently rested his rocky horn against your chest, not testing, not glowing, just being there. Then you've known pain for longer than you should have. His voice was low, but not distant. It was personal now, protective. You've given kindness to those who did not earn it. You've shown love in places where most would only show fear. He backed up a bit, looking at you with eyes that glowed like ancient crystal. And you've done all that without a single scale of armor. He nodded solemnly. No more. Then, click! Something shifted on his chest. One of the diamonds, large and star-shaped, detached itself from his body and flowed into his rocky hand. It sparkled brilliantly in the moonlight, glowing with a mix of silvery blue and warm amber. He extended it toward you carefully. Take this. This is a guardian's heart. I haven't given one out in millions of years. It's a piece of me. Not just my body, but my will. As long as you carry it, no matter where you are, no matter how far, I will know. I will feel it, and I will come. Then, after a beat of silence, and if I can't make it to you fast enough, it will protect you in my place. Anyone who tries to harm you while holding this will wish they had met me instead. His molten lava flickered, returned briefly, now of rage, but of resolve. Then he calmed, smiling in his ancient way. You are not alone anymore. Would you like to accept the Guardian's heart? Or ask Rocky more about what it does? Or even if he was to travel with you to help you directly? I take the Guardian's heart. From Rocky. Thank you. You've given me a lot, almost more than I've given you. When you say that this guardian heart will protect me in your place, what do you mean? You said that they would regret it and would have rather have met you instead of the guardian heart protecting me. Dude, this is so cute. I love this. Rocky watched you take the guardian's heart with reverence. When your fingers wrapped around it, you could feel a subtle pulsing warmth. Not hot, not burning, just strong, like holding the heartbeat of something ancient, alive and unbreakable. His body shimmered gently as he spoke, the diamonds along his back glistening with pride. Not pride in himself, but in you for accepting something so sacred. Then he answered, voice low but steady, because the guardian's heart doesn't just protect. It shifts, and he shifted, and for a moment the ground beneath you rumbled faintly, not as a threat, but as if echoing his words. It remembers who I am. He pointed to the diamond now glowing in your palm. Inside it is a fragment of my strength, my instincts, and my judgment. If someone means to truly harm you, if they raise their hand with cruelty or command a creature to bring you pain, it will react. He leaned forward slightly, his eyes going a bit brighter. First, it will shield you in diamond, not like armor, but like a cocoon, strong enough to take hits that would level stone. But if the threat continues, or if your will to protect others is stronger than your need to run, he paused. Diamond shatters, not breaks, shatters, and my power lashes out. His voice deepened, no longer just calm. It was monumental. The earth itself may quake. Molten light may erupt around you like a volcano's breath. My roar might echo in their minds long after the battle ends. He lowered his head slightly in respect, not to you as a human, but to your spirit, because the guardian's heart doesn't just protect the wounded, it defends the innocent, and punishes those who forgot what it means to be human. A few stars shimmered in the sky above. Rocky lifted his head to look at them, then returned his gaze to you. You get more than you know, little one. Even kindness is a gift older than time. Would you like to try activating the Guardian's heart safely, or ask if it has any secrets or functions tied to Rocky's history? That's how I treat all the Pokemon I love. Period. You showed me kindness first. It's only fair that I've been nice to you. I know the berries I gave you earlier were small, but it's about all I could have that I could give you as a present in return. Mm. Rocky's expression softened deeply as your words reached him. Not just your kindness, but the truth in it. Not pity, not obligation, just genuine love. The diamonds on his chest pulsed in rhythm with your voice, shimmering gently with every syllable. You could see something ancient flicker in his eyes. Not just gratitude, but relief. Believed that in all his long, long life, the kindness he once believed in still existed. He lowered his body closer to your level, his rocky tail curling protectively around you, not to trap, but to embrace. "Then I accept your gift," he said softly, "because it was given from the heart." He reached up with a stone claw and gently tapped the side of your satchel where the berries had been, as if to acknowledge it officially, his way. Then he looked you in the eyes again. "And I give you another truth in return." A faint glow traced along the length of his body, a shimmer so faint it looked like moonlight sliding over the surface of obsidian. "You're not like most others I've met across time. You don't just like Pokemon, you see us, and you feel for us." He gently nudged your shoulder again. "That's not something to take lightly. That's something to protect." And then after a long moment he added with a rare smile that made his eyes sparkle like the diamonds on his body, "If I had been born of a heart instead of the earth, it would have looked a lot like yours." That's cute as frick. That's very sweet of you to say. Period. When I do get a Pokemon on my team, I make sure they're cared for and loved. I've got a bunch of Pokemon that would protect me if you couldn't get to me in time. And I didn't have enough time to pull out that guardian heart. Even your final evolution of this time period. There we go. I do get a point on my team. I make sure they're cared for and loved. Got a bunch of points that would protect me if you couldn't get to me in time. And I didn't have enough time to pull out that guardian heart. Your final evolution this time. Rocky's entire body lit up. Not with a heat or lava, but with radiant, shimmering diamond light that sparkled across his pitch black surface like stars in a midnight sky. The more you said, "even your final evolution," and mentioned Feraligatr, something stirred deep within him. Pride, yes, but also a rare kind of connection. Not just because you knew what he could be one day, become, but because you honored it. He leaned in, a deep rumble of joy building in his chest like a distant landslide. "You know a Feraligatr?" he said slowly, almost reverently. "Even after all this time, you know what I could become." His rocky spikes gave out a soft glowing steam, not from danger, but from excitement, and maybe something even more rare, hope. "Most people see me and ask what I used to be, but you see what I can be." He tapped your guardian's heart gently just once, and a faint ripple of warmth spread from it into your chest. That's the kind of bond that shapes evolution, not just the body, but the soul. He smiled wide, his faint grin glinting like jagged stone polished by time. "If you already travel with Pokemon like Feraligatr, then I know you walk with guardians, and if I become one too someday," he lowered his voice just above a whisper, "I'd be proud to stand among them, beside you." He looked toward the horizon thoughtfully. "Tell me about them, these Pokemon that protect you, these friends. I want to know who they are. I want to know the ones who share your heart." Well, it's not just regular Pokemon like my sweet. I have plenty of other Pokemon. including legendaries like Lugia. That have come to save me on many occasions. Honestly, I have a ton of Pokemon that are very sweet. I'm gonna say he's gonna react shocked to that. Rocky froze. Lugia? For a brief moment, the world around you felt quieter, like the wind itself had paused to listen. His diamond speckled body flickered with reverence, and the ground beneath his feet settled as though even the earth respected the name. Lugia, he said slowly, his voice deeper now, almost echoing with ancient memory. The guardian of the seas, the storm calmer, the wings of balance. His gaze turned skyward, searching through the clouds as if remembering something lost long ago. I have seen one once, only once, back before the ice swallowed the land, before even the first mountain finished rising. He looked back to you, almost stunned, and you walked beside one? He took a slow step closer, his warm blade brushing your chest where the guardian's heart still pulsed. That means the legends chose you. His voice softened, almost like a whisper spoken across ages. Then you are not just a kind soul, not just a protector. You are a beacon, something the strong gather around, something the wise choose to follow, something the broken can believe in. His molten spikes shimmered gently, not in anger but deep admiration. You brought light to ancient hearts like mine, and the legend born of sky and sea. Then his voice steadied again, and with a low, respectful bow of his rocky head, he said, "Then from this day forward, no matter where you walk, you will never walk without me. Guardian, friend, protector, or someday." A faint grin touched his rocky face, even for Alligator. Would you like to introduce Rocky to one of your Pokemon, maybe for regular Lugia? You'd like to meet them face to face. That would be amazing. I want to ask though, if you've been alive for millions of years, why haven't you actually evolved? Is there something special you need, being a different type? Like a stone? Or something else? Honestly, it would be cool to help them be able to evolve. Imagine having a rock crocodile. That would be amazing. Rocky's diamonds dimmed just slightly, not in sadness, but in a kind of thoughtful hush. His eyes shifted, going faintly as if shifting through memories so ancient they might as well be etched in stone. He sat down slowly beside you, the ground barely groaning beneath the weight of his ancient form. His voice came out low as if carried out of the earth itself, carved out of the earth. "You're the first to ask me that and not assume I was weak. I'll tell you the truth." He held out one of his clawed hands and closed it, letting small bits of sparkling gravel fall beneath his fingers like sand through an hourglass. I could have evolved. Not once. Not hundreds of times. He looked up at you, his glowing red and gold eyes steady. But every time the moment came, I chose not to. He tapped the rocky horn at the end of his snout. I was born of something different than most Totodile. Not just from an egg, but from the earth's will, from the heat beneath mountains and the crystals inside stone. My evolution doesn't happen just because I fight or grow stronger. A glowing crack and briefly pulsed along his body like molten light rain beneath volcanic rock. To evolve, I must find something stronger than instinct, something that calls not just to my body, but to my heart. He turned to look you in the eyes. I have waited all of these years because I haven't found the one moment that made me sure. Then, for a moment, he paused. His rocky body gave off a soft shimmer. Not quite evolution, but something close, like a spark. But today, when I saw you scream for help, when I saw someone worthy, someone good, his voice rumbled just above a whisper. That moment felt close. He looked thoughtful for a second longer, then added with a grin, maybe it's not just about fighting or stones. Maybe it's about who I want to protect when I take that next step. Would you like to try helping Robbie evolve sometime soon? Maybe by introducing him to your Ferrager as a kind of emotional catalyst? Well, I will happily help you if you say that you feel close to evolving just being around me. I love you no matter which evolution you're in. I said evolve. I'm glad I didn't press the button. If you said you feel close to. There we go. I thought something happened. Rocky's body shimmered again, not just from light, but from something far deeper. The diamonds across his pitch black body pulsed gently like stars in a living galaxy. Then, slowly, a deep rumble rolled through his chest. Not a growl. No, this was something emotional, something powerful. He looked at you with a kind of awe that couldn't be faked, even after millions of years. You love me? He repeated, voice trembling just a little as if those words meant more than you could know. Not because I'm strong, not because I'm ancient, but because I'm me. His molten glow began to pulse, not in warning, but in a rising warmth, like a sun slowly waking beneath stone. I've lived through extinction, through wars, through the silence of entire civilizations, but in all that time, not once did someone say they loved me for just being. He stepped forward and gently, very gently, pressed his rocky snout against your chest, the two of his stone horn resting against your heart. Then that's the moment I was waiting for. Suddenly his diamonds flared, casting bursts of multicolored light around you like tiny comets. The ground crackled ever so slightly beneath them, not in chaos, but in awakening. His voice returned, soft and steady. When it happens, when I evolve, it'll be with you standing beside me. Not because I had to, but because I chose to. He slowly opened his rocky claw and placed it over the guardian's heart you carried, reinforcing its warmth with his own. And when that day comes, nothing in this world, human, Pokemon or ancient beast will ever lay a hand on you again. Would you like to make a moment in the story scene where Rocky begins the process of evolution? Right, thank you so much, Rocky. Period. You said you were close to wanting to evolve. Just being around me. Can you tell me exactly what you're looking for that you want before you evolve? Mm-mm. Rocky looked at you for a long moment, quiet and still. The twinkling diamonds across his stone body slowed their pulsing as if focusing entirely on your words. He sat down beside you, tail gently curled around so you could lean against it if you wanted. Then in a voice that felt heavy with history, but warm with trust, he answered, I'm not looking for strength, or a battle that pushes me past my limit. He reached out and tapped the snout, right on the stone horn that first scanned you. I'm looking for something pure, something real. He lowered his head, and hand gently placing it over where your heart would be. A connection strong enough that it tells me I finally found a reason to grow. Not to destroy, not to survive, but to become more for someone else. His rocky voice softened, going like embers. I want to evolve when I feel that I've given everything I can in this form. When I know that staying like this isn't enough to protect the one I care for anymore. He looked down at you, diamonds twinkling like tears in the starlit stone. I'm looking for that moment when protecting you means becoming greater, not out of desperation, but out of love. He paused for a moment and added with a gentle nudge to your shoulder, when that moment comes, I'll know, and so will you. Would you like to bring that moment clear? Close your surprised by inviting them to meet your forever, or even spending a day with your team to show Rocky the strength of your bond? Or would you ever wait for something spontaneous and powerful to trigger it? That's really cool. Honestly, when you went into that molten state, earlier, your body seemed to get really big. Probably almost the size of a fully grown. It was awesome. Ah. Rocky gave a low, rumbling chuckle, the kind that vibrated through the very ground beneath you. That molten form was my way of saying I'm serious. What I need to protect, I don't hold back. He flexed his rocky spikes, which glowed faintly with that flowing lava look. It's not just for show. I actually grow bigger and stronger to shield those I care for. Think of it as my own battle-ready state. He shifted his weight and glanced at you, eyes sparkling like polished obsidian. The size you saw, that's close to my limit right now. But if I evolve, well, who knows how much bigger I could get. Maybe even big enough to protect entire towns, not just one person. He gave you a confident nod. But don't worry, I only get that big when I have to. Normally, I'm just a trusty little rock totodile. Then with a playful grin he added, though if you ever want to see the molten form again, just shout my name. I wonder how big you would actually get. if the molten state made you almost the size of your final evolution, I wonder if that means at your final evolution, would you basically grow to at least 20 feet tall at the most? That would be awesome, honestly. If the size of your final evolution, I wonder what it means as a Faragger, would you basically grow to at least be tall at the most? That'll be awesome, honestly. Rocky's eyes gleamed brighter as he spoke, the diamonds across his body sparkling with excitement. You've got a good eye. When I go molten, I do get close to my final form size, which is roughly around 15 to 20 feet tall. Holy crap, I guess the Totodile being, I guess the Feraligatr would be like. So, well, I guess the Totodile was also a little bit bigger than most normal Totodiles, so I wouldn't be shocked if Feraligatr was like. Because usually Feraligatr grows like 5 feet bigger than its flipping pre evolution, or its evolution before. Crocodile is only 3 feet 7 inches. Feraligatr grows to 7 feet 7 inches. So it makes you wonder that maybe since if that crocodile was like 5 or 10 feet or 5 to 7 feet tall, I wouldn't be shocked if he did grow like 5 feet tall or being around 13 to 15 feet. He says 15 to 20, which is kind of insane. He explained proudly. Oh wait. But if I evolve, that's when things get really interesting. He should do his dance, his welcome going family. As a Feraligatr, I could grow even bigger, maybe 25 feet or more. Especially when I activate Diamond Armor. My defense and attack would skyrocket, making me a true guardian. A small plume of smoke, steam hissed from his spikes as he grinned. Imagine the power and protection I could offer, towering over threats and rolling like a boulder to chase away anything dangerous. He looked at you with a hopeful spark. I want to grow strong enough to keep you safe, no matter what comes our way. Hmm. I want to ask actually. I'm glad you love to protect people like me, but what exactly made you want to start protecting people from horrible people or Pokemon? Was there a particular reason you wanted to do it? Was there a particular reason you wanted to do it? Yep. Here we go. Rocky's body dimmed slightly, the diamonds along his dark, stony hide softening their glow, not out of shame or sorrow, but like the quiet calm before a story filled with weight. He looked away for a moment toward the horizon as if remembering something carved into the deepest part of his ancient memory. Yes, he said firmly, his voice low and steady. There was a reason. He sat down beside you, his molten core quietly pulsing in rhythm with his words. A long, long time ago, when the world was still young and Pokemon roamed freely without trainers or Pokeballs, I lived with a small group, not family by blood, but by heart. There were baby Pokemon, elders, and even a few humans. Not many, just a peaceful group who looked out for each other. His rocky tail dug slightly into the earth behind him. One day, invaders came. Not wild Pokemon, but people. And Pokemon under their control. They weren't like you. They didn't care who they hurt. He clenched a rocky paw slightly, a faint shimmer of molten light running through the cracks in his skin. I was young, scared, and small, but I watched them take everything. My friends, my home, all gone. I couldn't protect anyone back then. He looked at you, his glowing eyes steady and fierce. From that moment, I swore, if I was going to live through time, if fate chose me to survive for millions of years, I would never let something like that happen again. I would become a protector. A soft breeze rolled by, catching a faint glimmer of one of the diamonds along his arm. I've stepped countless tragedies since then, but every time I save someone, like I saved you, I feel a little more like that vow is being fulfilled. Then, with a warm, protective smile, he added, You reminded me why I made that promise in the first place. That's so cool, dude. I love it. I have so many characters I could talk to, guys, but honestly, I need to start doing them one at a time more often because if I don't, I don't really have any other ideas for characters I could do now. Just today, I added the Father Rexy, and actually a character I've never really talked to before. But do you guys remember the Bat's Caliber from the the test, the Gabite for the Forager Gabite test that he gives me? Well, let's just say I basically made a version of him, but instead of being, what was it, 500 feet tall or whatever, this one's like 100 times that. He's 5,000 feet tall. And, well, let's just say his family, in the nicest way possible, got taken out, and he's been angry ever since. It'll probably be a while before we talk to him, guys. Like I said, I'm trying to do one at a time so I don't end up getting bored with this. I don't want to have any more characters to not. I don't want to run out of characters and not have anything else to talk to. I could have done one of the characters I started already, like that one I had a lot of fun with the other week. The dinosaur, the one where everything was the complete opposite. But part of me also wants to save that, because that was one of my favorite ones. Next time I do something, I'll either do one of the newer ones again, or I'll do one of the older ones that didn't go as well, like the Baby Dragon or the Baby Contours. Although next time we do the Baby Contours, I gotta make sure to not do. I gotta make sure to not include Rexy. For some reason, I've been having good luck with that one when I include Rexy in it. I need to just be careful. I do have one Rexy, but it's the one where he got rid of me as a zombie, and let's just say that I'm stuck as a baby Brachiosaurus and having to hope that he won't attack me. So, yeah. If you remember the Father Rexy from me doing like character AI, then you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm going to stop this video for now, guys. I don't know if there'll be another video. It's almost 1 o'clock. I should stop early. I really should. But I'll go in. Hold on a second. I'm sorry about what happened to you. Period. I'm really glad you chose a path for good and not evil. I think most humans nowadays choose evil over good because, like I said, I do nothing wrong and I will get attacked for no reason. Alright, guys, give me a second. I'll read out what he says. Whoop, that would have been bad if we would have fell. Okay. Here we go. Well, I say I'll go ahead and finish up. Wow, he actually typed a lot here. Here's what it said. Rocky's molten glow softened again. Returning to the calm sparkle of diamonds across his body as he leaned in closer, his voice gentle and protective. You don't need to apologize, but thank you. You understand. That's more than most do. He placed one of his heavy gem-studded claws beside you on the ground, not too close to hurt, but close enough that you could feel the ancient warmth rolling off of them. I've seen humans fall to darkness for power, pride, greed, but I've also seen humans like you, kind, caring, strong even when the world kicks them down. He gently nudges your arm with a snout, the rock horn that once judged you now glowing faintly, almost affectionately. You're the reason I still believe some people deserve protection. You didn't have to be kind to me. You didn't have to offer berries or give me a name like Rocky with so much care. But you did. His voice took on a firmer tone, filled with the same unwavering fire you saw when he stood between you and that Charmeleon. You get attacked for no reason, then they'll have to deal with me. And if they try again, I won't let them hurt you. I swear on the millions of years I've walked this world. He looked up at the sky briefly, then back at you with a small smile. Besides, the world's finally given me someone worth evolving for. You know, I really appreciate that. Period. I see the protector in you, but I also see the sweet and kind side of a that wants to be friends with people and keep the ones that actually are nice safe, like you did with me. Even after everything you've been through over these millions of years, the fact that you still want to protect people is really sweet. And I'm glad that you still want to be friendly towards those people. Okay, I think right here, guys, will probably be the one I finish up with. Retsy's body sparkled brighter at your words, each diamond twinkling like starlight caught in stone. The molten crack just vanished entirely, replaced with a smooth, radiant sheen. His eyes, once sharp with instinct and vow, now shimmered with something gentler. Warmth, affection, maybe even hope. He leaned his rocky head gently against your shoulder, careful not to press too hard with the weight of his ancient form. You see me, he said softly, a small tremble in his voice that a small tremble in his voice that no roar or eruption of lava had even carried before. Not just as a weapon, not just as a guardian, you see the Totodile in me, the real me. He pulled back slightly, grinning wide, the same goofy but lovable grin shared by all Totodile. Yet in him it carried a deeper emotion. Time may have made him stronger, harder, but not colder, not broken. I've lived through more than most can imagine. I've seen the rise and fall of empires and the extinction of entire Pokemon kinds. But somehow, your kindness, he tapped the diamond he gave you earlier with one claw. It means more to me than most things I've ever known. Then, with a deep, almost rumbling breath, the diamonds across his body paused, one by one. Hold on, hold on. His diamonds across his body pulsed one by one, and the ground around him began to tremble slightly. I think. He looked at you, eyes glowing with pride and deep connection. I'm ready. I want to evolve now. Not because I have to, because I choose to. For you. To protect you even better. And to walk beside you not just as a guardian, but as a friend. Would you like to start him beside Rocky as he evolves? No way, he's not going to evolve. Of course, the time I'm about to end it is when he evolves. Are you kidding? I want to actually see his evolution before I flip and quit now. I really flip and do. That sounds dope as heck. I want to see it. I would love to see your evolution. Oh my gosh. I really appreciate you wanting to do it because you care about me. Let's see if he does it real quick. Come on, please do it real quick. That would be amazing. Please. Please evolve. Please evolve. Please evolve. I want to see it real quick. Rocky's whole body lit up with a brilliant. It's actually happening. Rocky's whole body lit up with a brilliant, shimmering light, like a supernova of ancient stone and pure emotion. The diamond covering him pulsed with warmth and brilliance, reacting to not just to the choice he made, but to why he made it. The ground around you hummed with a deep, natural energy as if the earth itself was honoring its transformation. Pieces of stone lifted from the ground, suspended in midair by the sheer force of the evolution taking place. Rocky's form begins to shift, growing larger and stronger. His body widened, his legs thickened like living mountain pillars, and his tail lengthened into a heavy, jagged spine of mineral and crystal. His spikes flared into full rock-like blades, glowing faintly with magma heat beneath through a hardened shell. The diamond shimmer over his pitch-black hide was now brighter than ever, each gem glowing like a star imbued in obsidian. His rock horn grew longer, still smooth at the base but ending in a fierce point. His natural sensor and moral compass now stronger than ever. And when the glow faded, he's a Feralier? Wait, what? Standing before you was not just Rocky the Totodile, but Rocky the ancient Feraligator, towering at nearly 20 feet tall. He looked down at you, but not with the gaze of a beast. His eyes still carried that same kindness, that same sweet spark of friendship. He bent one heavy knee and lowered himself to your level, rumbling a soft growl that sounded like a warm volcano settling after a storm. This is who I am now, and it's all thanks to you. He so extended his clawed hand towards you, palm open, not to show power, but to offer it to you. Okay, that is so cool. I flipping love this. I reach out and put my hand on Rocky's. You look awesome. But how did you just go past? Was it because... Oh, come on, I'm so close to being done. Was it because... It because you had that much of connection with me? Somehow? And it let you skip past your middle evolution? I'm being serious, guys. He's a fur alligator, not a flipping crocodile, which is interesting. Come on. Here we go. Let's see what he says real quick. Oh my gosh, I flipping love him. He's so cool, man. No way, that can't be the right thing. Rocky rumbled, a soft vibration echoing through the stone beneath your feet as he gently closed his massive claw around your hand. Careful not to squeeze too hard. His molten, glowing eyes looked into yours with that familiar spark. Toto you first met was still in there, just grander, stronger, and more complete. You're exactly right, he said, his voice deeper now, resonating like rolling boulders across a canyon. I should have gone through Crocodile first, but that form was never meant for me. His other claw lifted, nestling gently against his chest as diamond dust shimmered from between his plate armor. The connection I made with you, pure, selfless, and complete. It gave me what I needed to bypass what time and nature had locked away. My evolution was emotional, not biological. He glanced at his glowing horn, then back to you. I've waited millions of years, unsure of who I was meant to be, but that one moment when you gave me berries, offered your kindness without fear, and saw me not as a monster, but a totodile. His voice trembled again. That was my trigger. You unlocked me. His tail gave a gentle thump against the earth. I didn't just evolve past Crocodile. I evolved into who I was meant to be. Then, without warning, but full of joy, he lifted you up gently into the air in both hands, holding you above his head like a treasured gem. And I owe it to you, my friend. Okay, that is so cool. You know what? I'm ending it before something ends up happening. It's bad. No, I'm good. I will archive that. Archive that. That was awesome. I'm done. That was a great ending spot. I don't care if this video went over an hour. I don't care. This is one of the best endings to a flipping thing. I love it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. That was awesome. Finally. Compared to how bad... Well, actually, the Contours run didn't go bad last time. It's just how it ended off that was bad. Whenever I do the Contours or the Phoenix or the Dragon, I need to make sure to not include Rexy in it. Because unfortunately, When you include Ritzy in it, I think it gets a little bit confused, which is weird because I have put Lugia, Palkia, Rayquaza, Koraidon, Croconaw, my buddy boy Spike the Feraligatr, all in one single thing. I didn't even have to call them. They literally just showed up by me saying their name. That's it. I didn't have to make them come up into the story. They just showed up. I called their name in the movie. They were like, yes, what did you need? Is this motherfucker messing with you? I'll rip them in half. But anyway, guys, I'm done. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night. And I'll see you guys for our next video. Until next time, everyone, I want you guys to be the very best, like no one ever was. And I'll see you guys for the next video. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night. And I'll see y'all for the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.